Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanette, and in today's video I wanted to do a few different things. Wanted to talk about mindset and how it affects the goals that we set for ourselves and also how we treat ourselves. I wanted to go through a quick what I eat in a day and also show you a very quick and simple but delicious bean and kale soup that I'm going to be having for lunch today. So when it comes to making any kind of change in your life, what I've discovered throughout my life is that mindset is a huge part of that. My dad and I talk about this a little bit in our cookbook, so here's an example. We changed our mindset, and it was one of the most important things that we did when we were changing what we were eating. Instead of looking at all the foods that we had been eating and mourning the loss of them and looking at this new way as deprivation, we kind of took ourselves out of it and saw it for what it was. And what we saw was abundance. So we had all these beautiful new foods that we either hadn't tried yet or weren't eating enough of, and bringing them into our lives. So it really went from deprivation to abundance. Once that happened, once we thought about it like that and realized that this was the way it was so much easier for us to not only stick with this, but truly enjoy it. And we still do that to this day, 10 years later. Mindset is important in any kind of change that we want to make in our lives, but we're going to talk in particular about losing weight because this topic permeates our society. And I'm just going to throw my 2 cents in here because I have a little bit of experience with this myself, and I know that a lot of you have been through this or are going through this. So here goes. Anytime I used to try to lose weight, change my appearance, change my physique, etc., I approached it from a place of self-loathing and punishment. And I can tell you I never stuck with any changes when I looked at it that way. So I used to look at myself and say, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I can't stick with this diet, what's wrong with me? Look at everybody else, they're so thin and beautiful, I'll never be enough, I'm not enough, etc., etc. When we go down this path, we just dig this deep dark hole for ourselves, and I was never able to stick with any changes around that kind of mindset. Now at the age of 49, I can finally say that I have hit a point of self-acceptance and valuing myself. And I can tell you this was not an easy place to get to. This took a lot of work on my part because we're bombarded on a daily basis with images of beautiful people and people telling us what we're supposed to look like and what we're supposed to be doing with our lives, and we compare ourselves to other people. It can be really damaging to how we perceive ourselves. And it was Dr. Andrew Weil's book, Healthy Aging, that actually helped me get to this point. Because I was able to look at my body and my whole life really with gratitude. Thank you for getting me to this point in my life. Thank you for being so healthy, I'm fit, I'm strong, I can do all the things I like doing. So once I achieved this sense of self, if you will, this spilled over into every other thing that I was doing in my life. Now I find that I am choosing wholesome, healthy foods that make me feel good most of the time, and I can enjoy an evening out with Jim, I can enjoy a holiday or a birthday celebration, I can enjoy time with my family and friends and not feel guilty about the food that's involved with any of that social interaction, and I can see the joy in everything. But I eat wholesome, healthy foods most of the time, and I select those because I want to do good things for myself, because I do value myself. And as a result, yes, I am shedding some weight at this point, and that's great. My body will reach whatever weight it's supposed to reach, but I no longer obsess over any of that stuff. But that's an example of how mindset has helped me affect some positive changes overall. And as a result, yeah, I am seeing some weight loss because I'm choosing the foods that make me feel my best. So hopefully my little story here helps to illustrate how mindset can affect the choices that we make and how we treat ourselves. All right, moving on to what I ate today, starting with breakfast. This is just some whole grain cereal, which is the Kashi Peanut Butter Crunch and the Kashi Shredded Wheat, with a tablespoon of ground flaxseed, some ground cinnamon, and soy milk, and a side of strawberries. For lunch today, one of the things I had was a delicious and easy kale and bean soup that I made the night before, so I'm going to show you how I did that. I have 1 medium-sized onion diced, 1 carrot chopped, 1 stalk of celery chopped, 1 to 2 cloves of garlic minced, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, and 1 can of cannellini beans. And what you don't see here is also 6 cups of vegetable broth. In my soup pot over medium heat, I saute the onions, celery, and carrot until the onion starts to soften, and I use a splash of water here and there as needed to prevent sticking. After the onions are softened, I add the garlic and then saute for another minute. Then I had 1 small bunch of kale. This is lacinato or Tuscan kale. I stripped the leaves from the stems. Then I chopped the leaves up and added those to my soup pot along with my cannellini beans and the dried thyme. I did a little ground black pepper and my vegetable broth, and I brought this to a boil, then reduced to a simmer for 30 minutes. So for lunch, I just made a bowl with some roasted sweet potato, baked tofu, some steamed broccoli, and then I had some of the kale and bean soup on the side. We have a rotation of meals that we make throughout the week for dinners, and one of those is build your own pizza night, which is one of our favorites. So we get these little pre-made pizza crusts from Wegmans. We top them with pizza sauce, and then I usually spread hummus on mine, so this is roasted red pepper hummus. Then I start to load mine up with veggies. So here I have some sauteed spinach, mushrooms, and onions. Then I top mine with roasted red peppers and black olives, and I finish it with just a pinch of truffle salt for some added flavor. Then we bake these, and when mine's done, I top mine with my homemade cheese sauce, and I usually eat a side of salad with this. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I wanted to remind you that my cookbook is still on sale through the end of the month. So if you're interested in taking a look at that, I will put a link for that down in the description box below. You can find it right on my website. And if you guys celebrate any holidays this time of year, I hope you have a wonderful time. And I wish you all peace, joy, and health in the new year. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.